Gucci, and you are watching Gov's Radio. This is where you go if you want to see something or if you want to hear something funny. Coming up in just a couple minutes. This is a joke I told. What? I'm not on Gov Radio? Call the police. Call my agent. Hi.
Tony, welcome to Gov.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
I gotta pat you down though, pal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Got anything on you? Anything I should know?
I got nothing.
Anything weird going on?
What?
Alright, you go in, Tony.
Good. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Tom Kelly of The Tom Kelly Show. Yes, this is not the only time I've gotten on my knees in the back room of a comedy club.
The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show is also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. Give Two Eagles Auto Body a call and please ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. That's 516-328-2527.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony on the Knockem Dead Radio Show. They're gonna keep knocking them dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knockem Dead Comedy Radio.
Hey Tony, you're not funny, and you probably shit yourself a lot, and you're no fun to be with, and you don't make that much money, and you're not going anywhere in show business, and I hope you get hit by a bus.
Hello! Do it like that.
Hello!
Yeah, like that.
Hello!
Not like that.
No, that was awful.
The one you did when I wasn't.
Hello!
Okay, save it for when it's on.
Sorry.
God, you know, I turn off the microphone, and you're like, gold. I turn the microphone on, I get ah. Seriously, ready?
Hello! That was an idiot. Damn it. Hello!
That was it.
All right. This is the one. Hello! 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 Hello!
So, yeah, do it like, hey! Alright, you ready for hey?
Hey!
Now.
Hello! Hey!
Knockem dead. Comedy show.
Hello, everybody. Happy Friday to you. Welcome to the Knockem Dade Comedy Show, coming at you live on Gov's Comedy Club Podcasts, the Facebook page, the YouTube channel. If you're on Facebook, please follow or subscribe or whatever you do. I think it's follow. Please follow the Facebook page, and yeah, we appreciate it. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the thumbs up, and all that good stuff. No matter where you're watching from, please share the link and tell everybody you know about all the great shows here on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. Thanks for joining us today. The Knockem Dade Comedy Show coming at you live from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown, where there's a lot of great shows this weekend here. Good morning, John Rusciello. Yeah, if you'd like to comment throughout the show, you want to be part of our conversation, you want to hear your name said, you want to hear your comments read, well, do so on the YouTube channel. If you're watching on Facebook, you want to stay there, great. If you want to join in the conversation, switch on over to YouTube, because that is where we monitor the comments, and that is where we join in with you guys. Speaking of joining in, Laura Patton will be here shortly, and that'll be good to see her. And we're going to have some laughs and catch up with Laura and see what's going on. In the meantime, you're stuck with me, and I think I'm talking a little funny. I have a story to tell you. So, Laura will be here in 5 minutes. Okay, cool. So right there, that is Don's cell. 2 years ago, Don and I made a movie. In fact, that picture was taken at the premiere of the movie. The movie is called Comic Sans, S-A-N-S. The movie came out great. I love it. And we had that premiere. We also had a premiere in New York City in January of 23 at the Comic Strip. Great comedy club. Legendary comedy club. When we were sitting there, I told the story at the time. I was sitting on my chair, right? And I put my hands under the chair because I wanted to move it up a little bit, right? So as I leaned forward, the seat of the chair came up. And my hands kind of slipped down so that my thumbs were underneath the seat. So when it came up, and because my ass, because I moved up and I went back down, I slammed the seat part back into the chair and into my into this pinky. That's what it was, into this pinky. And it's still actually, to this day, it's a little red. If you look right underneath the nail there, you see that red mark? That's from that day. And the movie had just started. We were like 2 minutes in, and I'm sitting there like just trying to watch the movie and be quiet when I just wanted to cry. And at the time, the pinky was like, it like doubled in size. It just blew up by the time the movie was over. So that happened at the New York City premiere of Comic Sans. So last night, the New York Long Island Film Festival has been happening. It started, I believe, Wednesday, I think, and it goes through Sunday. It's a great time. You see a lot of great independent films, and a lot of great people are involved. My pal Greg Halverson, who's been on the show, who's a part of Knockem Dead Comedy, he's got a film that's showing there tonight. Lilo, is a part of it. I have a lot of friends that submit movies every year. Jerry Ferretti and Katie Schrader. They run the event, and they do a fantastic job. So last night, Don and I made another film. We've been working on these like short pieces that take place in the Comic Sans world. So Comic Sans took place here at Governor's, and the plot revolves around a bunch of comedians. So we've been making shorts that involve the same characters are introducing new characters. They're not sequels. It's not like a running storyline. It's just different stories involving different comedians in that Comic Sans world. And we're hoping to make a few of them and then maybe put it out as like a just one piece with, various stories. But this one 10-minute piece that we made, starring Fudge the comedian who has been in here, and our friend Mary Capone. They starred in it. It's a 10-minute short. And so we're there last night to watch the film. It was premiering. And I got there. What was I doing yesterday? I had stuff to do. Oh, I was in here until, I think, 3 o'clock. Then I had to go home. I had PAL stuff to do. And and I was running late, and I didn't get to eat dinner. So I'm heading over to the event, to the film festival. And I didn't eat dinner, and I was starving. Got there, I don't know, like 7 o'clock. So we're at the festival, and sure enough, we see at the event, they're serving food. I'm like, oh. And they have my favorite, burgers and fries. I'm like, oh, perfect. I get my food. They're showing a whole, like an hour's worth of, short films. And ours was just about to start, and I'm eating the burger, and all of a sudden, just like that, I bit my tongue. And it still freaking hurts. And I think that's why now I may sound a little funny. Can you see? I don't have that. See that? It's all red. All right, hang on. Oh, Laura's calling. She must be outside. Are you outside?
Yeah, I can get in.
All right, I'll be right there.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, so that's the story of my tongue. So there's something with the Comic Sans world and Don Sill that just causes me pain and harm. All right, let me put on some Elio music, and let me go get Laura. I'll be right back.
I need a thing from you, 'cause you know what to do to keep my motor running, to keep my spirits flying high. Yeah, 'cause when I'm feeling low, I sit and play my piano. And with you here beside me, the rock and roll will never die. Bring your dancing shoes, suede in shades of blue. Oh, and please don't forget a pair for me. The beat just turns me on, and with my inhibitions gone, I'll make a move tonight so I can hold you oh so tight. Yeah, oh so tight. Go back to 55, when music came alive, with Haley's Alligator and Presley brewing up a storm. The feeling they inspired, a generation fired. In me the fire's burning, it started soon as I was born. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But that's then, this is now. So let's take a vow to make this a night to be a memory. The beat just turns me on, and with my inhibitions gone, I'll make a move tonight so I can hold you oh so tight. Yeah, oh so tight. Oh so tight, now I know inside me it's so right that I feel this way. Hold me tight, let me hear your heartbeat. Let's begin to play. Let me hear you say, I'll make a move tonight, I can hold you oh so tight. For me, yeah, the beat just turns me on,
There we go. That was some Elio Pace music for you. And look who's here, ladies and gentlemen. There she is.
She is.
Yay. Laura Patton is here, ladies and gentlemen.
She is.
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm well.
Yeah?
Well, I say that. For purposes of the show. Yes, I'm well.
Oh, you don't have to do that for purposes
No,
of the show.
no, I'm well.
We could be on. I had a guy watching yesterday.
On a very special Tony Walk. No, I am well. I'm well.
Because, we're free form and we can talk about anything we want. I had a guy criticize the show yesterday because I had a guy in here who put out an album, and it's basically the whole album is about his daughter's suicide.
Well, that's sad, but it's important to him.
Well, right. And the guy commented yesterday, I thought this was a comedy show. It's like, no, we could talk about anything we want on here. In fact, and right now I'll even take a call.
Yeah, who's our call?
Our caller is John Rusiello. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Jesus Christ, what I just saw, you shouldn't make movies about comedy. You should make movies with porn. That wasn't a tongue. That was a veal cutlet I saw. Oh, my God. Laura, you had to see this.
Yeah, Laura missed that, which is probably good for her.
I missed it. What I missed?
I had a major close-up of my tongue because I bit my tongue last night, and I got a bad cut on it, so I was showing everybody.
Johnny, thank you for
Oh,
warning
my
me.
God, I tell you, if Fender ever saw that, I'm saying he must not be watching because he would destroy you with that tongue. Oh, my God.
Or maybe I'll destroy him with mine.
Is it a Gene Simmons-like tongue?
One or the other, all right?
Well, yeah, Laura's asking if it's a Gene Simmons-type tongue. What do you think?
No. Gene Simmons is a phony tongue because he cut something underneath his tongue to make it bigger. You are natural. This is a natural. You are completely natural.
Wow. Well, yes, I am. So you think the ladies would like me then?
Do I think the ladies would like you? I think you should be in the porn industry. You, Don Sill, and I think you should use pajamas for one of the actors. With that beard, you wouldn't know the difference.
Oh, what?
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Who's watching that porn?
Oh, not me.
Don Sill porn?
Oh.
Well, look at me. Look at me on the screen. I'm looking.
You look like a referee.
I know. You know what I feel like?
What do you feel like?
With the stripes, you know that scene in A Christmas Story when the robbers come because he has to explain why he shot his eye?
Oh, right, yes.
And like old school Robbie or like old school mimes. That's what I feel like with the stripes. I feel like
old school mimes.
Yeah.
You want to do
little movement shots? No, I'm good.
Movement shots. Wow. I think they're still around.
I think so. I think we've discussed movement shots.
Yes, I think we did. How come movement shots comes up whenever you're in
I don't
here?
know. Maybe it's the shirt. It's very movement shots.
Did you wear that shirt last time?
No.
Oh.
I don't know. Why movement shots is the thing. No, I was just looking at my tan. I'm still tan. I just came back from Aruba.
I was going to ask about that. How was it?
Yes, the Massapequa of the Caribbean, as I like to refer to it.
Oh.
Because everyone's from like Long Island or Massachusetts. It's very nice. It's a very, like if you're going to like, I'm not leaving the country, you can go to Aruba. Aruba's like easy.
It's one of those.
So easy.
Oh, okay.
So like your money's fine. No one's trying to like braid your hair on the street.
Nice.
Like the poor sections, they do a really good job of hiding them from everyone.
Oh, excellent. Yes, just like Massapequa. Yes.
Yes. So the restaurants are fine. It is. It's really, if you compare, like as a metaphor or a simile, as a metaphor. If I said Aruba is Massapequa, it would be a metaphor. But simile is like the
Massaruba.
Yeah. So it has everything. Like so, your restaurants. Plenty of place to stay, easy to drive.
Nice.
And
you were driving to Aruba?
I was. I'm a driver.
Is it same side and all that stuff?
Well, I think the locals drive on the other side, but the cars, it's a mixed. It's a blended drive thing, which is kind of weird. I know.
What? They're just all over?
No. It's on the right side, but the drivers, like they drive from the passenger side. The locals. It's weird.
Oh.
Not all of them.
Yeah,
I don't know. I can't figure it out.
Okay.
Maybe it's like the mailman, if you think about it. So like Massapequa, like the mailmen in Massapequa drive from the passenger side.
True.
Truly, Aruba, the Massapequa of the Caribbean.
Is there an All-American in Aruba like there is in Massapequa?
There is not. But
well, then I have no use in going.
Patricia's, there's a new Italian place that's in New York. That's in, like, they're bringing like New York restaurants there, which is so funny. Is it Patricia's? Maybe.
But that's,
yeah,
I mean, that is.
Sopranos. There's like an Italian bar, like a piano bar. I know.
I like that. You know, an Italian bar away.
Yeah, no, it was nice. It was nice. So my mom had been, like, my mom had a friend that, like, got a timeshare. But there's a really long story of my mom went for a number of years, these 4 women, and they loved it. I think they went for, like, 15 or 20 years. And then her friend sadly passed away.
Oh.
And then they were like, I can never go again. And then they tried to go, and it was sad. And then I was like, oh, I'll go. I'll take you and my sister and 2 other friends of mine. And it was nice. So my mom did a lot of, when I was here the last time, but it's fine. She's
You
allowed.
got the polite nod and the smile.
Yes, I thought I was so well behaved.
It's very nice of you to take your mom and do that.
I thought it was nice.
It's very
I paid
nice.
for the room for the week.
Wow.
I paid for her airfare. Look at me, the big
Sweet.
mama.
Yeah,
I know.
look
I
at
don't
you.
know. Whatever. I paid in April when I was making money. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
But mom had a great time.
She loved it.
Nice. That's great.
I mean, she's 81. I think like every time you go to stuff, I think in your 80s, trying to be like, this may be the last time I.
Yeah, sure.
And I don't know if you look at things differently. You're like, this may be the last time.
That'd be my guess. Yeah.
Or do you not do that? Because then you'll be sad.
Yeah.
Like she went in the ocean. She was nervous. She doesn't know how to swim. Well, that's probably why she.
Well, that's a good reason.
That's a good reason. But you'd probably be more stable in the ocean than she is.
Well, I just swim in circles.
She got nervous. But I
Yeah.
like walked her in the ocean. I felt like as I was helping her out, this may be the last time she's like in a body of water like that. Could be.
You don't take her to Jones Beach?
No, she don't go. No, I had to think. No. She could drive. She takes herself.
Oh, okay.
She does that like she's walking on the sand. I think at one point like we grew up our whole life going to the beaches. So she's like just acclimated to not. Is this interesting to anyone? Really?
I think it is.
I know. Who is it
No, I think
interesting
it's a
to?
great thing you're doing for your mom.
I thought so. And then one other thing I did, I was here Sunday and I kind of made a joke, like as if my husband was on vacation, but he wasn't. But whatever, I was talking to Peter Bales. I'm all over the place. But on vacation, if my husband and I are sharing a hotel room, I do not let him shit in my hotel room. And I asked around, and that's like if you're on vacation with me, you have to shit in the lobby.
Why?
Because it doesn't belong in our room. It doesn't.
Well,
because it
he's
gets
not
in my hair. It's all about
Gets in
my
your hair.
back.
He's not shitting on the dresser.
I know you get that cough button. No, it's just I just think it's disrespectful. If I'm down at the pool and you want to go up and paint the walls, go to town. But if I'm in the room,
It's
if
a
I'm there
bathroom.
watching a TV, you
Yeah.
can't. No. And I was talking with Michelle Fox and she agreed. Her husband's just in the lobby too.
I hope there's a bathroom in that lobby.
Yes, of course. He's not just taking a dookie in the hallway.
A dookie. Taking a dookie in the hallway. But it's a bathroom. That's what it's
Oh,
for.
my
So I guess at home too, you're not don't talk to me don't open the door.
No.
Close that door.
No, people that do that are gross. Gross. I am not that way. No. I think honestly people, when I get to a separate bedroom, I think separate bathrooms is the move. I really do.
Okay. Do you have that at home?
I don't. I could. Like if my kids eventually leave for good. Or if I disown them or something.
Yeah.
Shoo, gato. Shoo.
That's it. Get out. I need the bathroom.
Yeah, I think eventually we can. And then I have all my stuff on the counter. It's just, I don't know. I'm just accumulating more stuff.
And what is it? Is it does he take like nasty smelling?
No, I don't think he's any more
It's just
nasty
the actual
than the
act.
usual. It's unnecessary.
But it's not like you can see it. He's sitting on the ball. You can't even see his wee wee.
No, I cannot. But it's not the point. The point is, if we're on vacation, listen, at home is different. It's home, it's his bathroom. He pays the mortgage. But come on, don't shit in my hotel room.
Andrew Fremder says, did Laura hit the hamburger on the way here?
I know this is the Hamburglar shirt. It is a Hamburglar shirt. Yes.
Oh, he didn't, but it says hamburger. Oh, you think he meant hamburglar?
Hamburglar.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you're here. I didn't get it.
Yes, I would say it's a Hamburglar shirt. Yes.
I feel bad. Your poor husband. So, but he wasn't on this trip.
No.
But in past trips, he's actually gone down to the lobby?
He knows.
Really?
Yeah, he'll take the newspaper and he's like, see y'all. He knows.
Wow, that's a good man right there.
Is it?
Yes. Yes.
We could take a poll.
Is there anything that he doesn't like that you do that you would go down to the lobby?
Everything.
Laura, go down to the lobby. I'll see you in 12 hours.
Everything. Breathing, speaking. I'm a heavy walker. I have heavy feet. Blowing my hair.
I'm a heavy walker.
Hence.
I was just making a bad joke
Oh.
in regards to my last name. Yeah.
Because of the 1 foot, you lean a little more.
No, I was just. Never mind. No, he's a good man. That Brian.
You'd be surprised how many men shit in the lobby.
Really? So they're all give each other the nod.
Yeah, the nod, like sup.
So yep, wife threw you out too.
Yeah.
I'm a lobby shitter.
And I think this is actually, you'll appreciate this. It's a comedy story, hence the comedy podcast. So long story short, whatever. I was driving back. I'm all over the place. I was driving back from Atlantic City. I was staying with friends of mine. Teddy had a set in Atlantic City, and me and a couple women were like, listen, we'll drive you. We'll go hang out. We'll spend time. He was doing a thing at Borgata.
He's got such a racket, that guy.
He really
but
does.
go ahead. Yeah,
Whatever,
we'll get to that.
Tomorrow, I'll tell you about tomorrow anyway. So we were driving, and then I took him out to lunch because that's what I do. And then he was getting the bubble guts. And I was like, oh. So he was like, he was going to take the train home. And then he's like, oh, can I come up to your room? And I was like, all right, not like sex-wise, whatever. And then he used the bathroom.
Oh, boy.
And I was like, if you ever tell my husband, this is cheating.
So all right, I'm just going to go there. I'm just going to say it. So he dumped in your bathroom.
Yes.
He left a dookie.
Yes. Well, he didn't leave it. He took care of himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a little bubble guts from, I think it was Indian food. I can't remember, but it's not important.
That is like cheating. You're absolutely right.
It is. But he didn't know the family rule. He thought it would make sense. Hey, you're going to send me 100 blocks up on the subway. May I please use your bathroom? That seems fine. That wasn't unreasonable.
But the bubbles didn't start while you were in the restaurant.
I don't think he got the rubble in before.
So, all right.
We came back, we checked in. We were with my friend Jody, the girl from Oregon, whatever.
Oh, okay.
And I was checking in, and because we had driven back from New Jersey. So it's not unreasonable. Like, hey, let me use the bathroom before I take the subway home.
All right. Oh, so you take. So you drove home. You were home. He used the bathroom.
No.
In the house.
We're in Manhattan because I was going to stay in Manhattan. I was staying with Jody in Manhattan. So,
nice.
She's very nice like that.
Yeah,
she's
I
a great one now. She's too busy.
Picturing all sorts of stuff.
No, separate rooms because she's got irritable bowel thing. Whatever. Again, back to
always
back to the bathroom. So Teddy and I, she was getting ready, and then we came back, and I'm like, oh, let's go get some lunch. And my friend Debbie was there. Yada yada yada. We had lunch, and we were checking in, and the lady was checking me in, giving me a key, and she's like, a key for you, sir? And I said, no, he just wants to smash, ha, 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 ha. We were laughing, like, we like to make people uncomfortable, and the woman's like, and then he's like, can I use the bathroom? And I was like, yeah, you come on.
Why didn't you just point to the lobby bathroom?
I didn't think it was going to be that.
Oh, you didn't realize until after he went in.
He was just like sissing. And then it was kind of thing, it was a lobby, and lobby, hotel bathrooms in the city. It's kind of like a whole thing. Can I get a key? It's all complicated. And I was like, oh yeah. He was like, help me carry my bags. I was like, fine, whatever.
So if you and Brian spent a weekend in Manhattan,
yeah,
would he be able to use the room bathroom?
Well, considering I broke the seal for Teddy, I'd have to probably give him one dookie.
Yes, just one
to make it even, and then we'd be back to.
That's good to know that he's even. That as
he's
the
allowed.
husband, he's even.
So Brian,
with
if you're listening, you have one dookie in the chamber.
One dookie in the chamber.
Boom. Go.
Where's Brian? Is he working today?
Yes, he's
right,
he's laying fiber.
Nice.
As you say.
Do they say that? I don't say that.
I don't know. What do you say back in the phone company? I was laying fiber. I know. I do look like the hamburger. I'm looking at me on all these screens.
Oh,
yeah. I know. I'm very hamburglar-y.
Hamburglary. And I'm sure Teddy would eat that.
Oh, stop it. That's not the point of the story. No, so Teddy and I, and then he was like, and Teddy's so good. When he gets his gig, he always asks me if he has an opportunity to feature, someone to feature.
Oh, okay.
And I say yes. I'm still in that. When do you stop saying yes to everything in comedy? Does that ever?
I think the only time you say no is when it's a Butera gig.
Oh, no. Stop it. John, I'm available for shows. Shut up. I don't know. I'm not in John's repertoire. I don't know why.
You're not in John's repertoire?
No, I'm not in John's rotation.
But because you're above that.
Oh, stop it. I'm not here to shit on John Butera. I'm here to bring positive joy and light. Joy and light.
I love picking on John. I love John, although I think he's mad at me right now. But
well, probably because of the way you're speaking about him. John, I'm not. And you make a delicious meatball. Stop.
Oh, that's funny you say that.
He makes a nice meatball.
I think that's why he's mad at me, because that meatball place in Patchogue, they've booked. We've performed there many times the last few years. During our Murder Mysteries, we bring in great crowds. We have a good time. This year, apparently they're going through some personnel changes. They've canceled on me 4 times.
Yes, I do know that they're having some, because a friend of mine, he's the liquor distributor there, and he was talking to me about bringing in comedy shows and blah, blah, blah.
Well, John does comedy shows.
Yeah, and then whatever. We were talking to the girl, and then I was like, I'll get you in touch with someone. I don't want to do whatever. It's a whole thing.
Right.
And then the girl like fell off and disappeared, and then
Yes.
they changed people.
And
like,
she,
yeah.
it's funny you said, yeah. That girl was aces.
Yeah, she was great.
She was fantastic.
really nice. And this kid, I can't remember it. Louis, my my friend's nephew, who's the liquor guy, who's a big comedy fan.
And she was really hot too.
I heard, but I didn't go for that. But it's funny you talked about the meatball. I was in the Hamptons a couple weeks, maybe whatever, doesn't matter. At some point before football season, that's important story.
Okay.
And I'm there, and we're at a barbecue place near there. Very good. I can't remember the name of it. Shout out to
Bobique or whatever.
Barbecue or something.
Yeah,
it was very
yeah.
good. It was very
it's right
good.
down the road, right down the block. Yes.
And there was a group doing their draft. And I was like, oh my God, that guy is Tim Saliani's doppelganger.
You sure it wasn't him?
Well, hence it was Tim Saliani. And
you just didn't realize it was actually him.
I didn't, and I didn't want to be weird, be like, hey, are you Tim Saliani? I didn't want to be a creeper.
Do you not know Tim that well?
I know him. I'm more Tim adjacent. Like I've worked with him, and I know him through Carla, but I'm not quite like, hey Tim, what's up? Right? So, and
is that what you would say to him?
No, because he has that imposing way about him. Like, Urgh.
He's a teddy bear, that guy.
No, I'm sure he is, and I'm always intrigued by people that are taller than me. Like with Roach, I'm always like, I like to talk to someone taller than me. You know, it's just a thing. Like I'm like, oh. So anyway, back to go full circle to the theme of today, which I was preferring we not have a theme, but anyway. So I was like, oh, I'm going to go talk to him. But they were doing the draft, and it was all with his dudes, and the place was kind of winding down.
Okay.
Because it was kind of just open for the draft, right? Right. And there was just dudes left in the restaurant. So we were going to go, and my friend goes, oh, my God, let me go to the bathroom. And she comes back. She's like, oh, my God, the bathroom smells so bad. And I go, oh, my God, what type of woman shits in a restaurant bathroom? That doesn't happen.
Please tell me Tim Saliani took a shit in the women's bathroom. That would be fantastic.
I will not pin it on Tim, but I did learn, which is a thing that drives me fucking nuts. When a restaurant or a concert or something, men feel like when there's more men, they can commandeer the ladies' room, because they were like, well, there's no women in here. So Tim and all his DraftKings friends were just abundantly shitting in the ladies' room, in the men's room, just shit away. Shit
away.
Shit here, shit there.
I have never, ever heard of this or seen this.
Well, it happens.
I've seen women use the men's room because and I'm not knocking it.
Yes, to take a little sis in a big concert or a Met game or something.
Right.
I'll give you that.
Yeah,
that is
but I'm not knocking it. I have no problem with it. I wouldn't want to wait on that long line
So
either.
if there's like 20 guys doing a football draft and the restaurant's kind of closed, why do you think you are entitled, Tim Saliani and friends? It was not Tim. In all honesty, I do not know if confirmation it was Tim. I would say it was not.
I'm going to say it is.
No, because I saw him sitting there. I did not see him do this.
Should we get him on the phone?
No, we're not going to call and confirm this.
So did you not talk to him at this night?
We did connect after via Facebook Messenger.
You were like, oh, hey, was that you?
Yes.
And he's like, yeah, that was me.
Yes. And actually, when I left, Tim was doing a very nice thing because he had a friend that is in a wheelchair.
Oh.
Like legit wheelchair, not just like.
Wasn't Sean Brown?
No, and that's not Sean Brown. Stop it.
What?
That's not Sean Brown in the wheelchair.
It is. No, not Sean Brown.
Oh
Not
my
Sean
God,
Brown.
you just Johnny Mac, Sean Brown me. It's the third guy. And I fucking, Sean Brown and Johnny Mac, if you're listening, I did not confuse the black guy. The black guy in the wheelchair is not Sean Brown. That was racist, Tony. I always get in trouble for that. It's not Antonio. I'm going to go, and it's not Ivory. Come on.
It's Sean. It is Sean. Why am I blanking on Sean's last name?
No. Shit.
But he lives right across the street from there.
No. This was a guy with like a legit
wheelchair, Sean.
No, this was a guy legit, like with the hand, like
Sean Elliott.
It was not Sean Elliott.
That's what I'm
This was a guy with like a legit having to move it with his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know Sean Elliott. I've done shows with Sean Elliott, but it's hello. Thank you, comedy community of 9. I know the difference in the 8 black comics that I work with on Long Island. Thank you. Thank you, Johnny Mac. So, no, No, his friend, like a legit, like move the hands thing. So Tim was actually helping him in the restroom.
Tim's good like that.
In the ladies' room. But again, I'm not going to judge.
All right, so that you saw.
As I was leaving. So then when I walked out and all these guys were out there and I'm like, hey, can I ask you a question? Is that your friend? Is that your friend Tim? Is he a comic? They're like, yeah. I'm like, oh, I should have said hello or whatever. And I said, listen, well, while we're talking, they're like, why didn't you say hello? I'm like, I didn't want to bother him. He was
taking a shit. I didn't want to bother him.
No, he was doing the draft. And then I said, and by the way, which one of you guys thought it was okay to take a shit in the ladies' room? And they were laughing. They were like,
why?
It's not okay.
Why can't we get Tim on the phone with this?
Because it's not important because he didn't shit in the ladies' room.
I bet you he did.
No, he didn't. I watched him. He wasn't there. He didn't go to the restroom.
Yeah, but he was there. Maybe he went there before you got there.
This shit would have had to have lingered for our entire meal. So this would have had a shit that would have clung to the walls for at least embers for I don't think he could do a shit that would linger for an hour.
Oh, I'm going to disagree. I think he destroys a bathroom.
No,
he's a big dude, man.
Dude, just because you're big doesn't mean you paint the walls.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it means.
I think you're wrong.
Well, if you'd let me get him on the phone, we could figure this out.
You can.
But maybe a man his size, maybe he should have stopped the other guys. Hey, don't go in there.
He should have been like, don't go over that bridge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there was, yes, Master
Fee,
Sally.
fi, fo, fum, don't take a shit in the ladies' room.
Wow.
I came here to bring my A game because I felt like my last appearance was not great.
Why?
I don't know. I just felt like it was a little off.
Well, you were.
What?
You were kind of. You've had an emotional year.
Yes, it's been very difficult, but I thought I should leave that at the door, just like my husband should leave his shits in the lobby. That's how I thought.
But that's why I personally disagree. I always have a blast when you're here.
Oh, I thank you, Tony.
But so I didn't think it was bad, but you had stuff going on at the time.
And,
so
I've come to the conclusion that I always do and always will.
Well,
and my
true,
kids,
we all do,
my children are out to destroy me, but that's not important right now. Listen, when you're watching the Menendez Monsters show on Netflix, and you like side with Kitty Menendez, she's like, these boys. I'm like, I know, Kitty, I know. When I side with Kitty Menendez,
but I'm kind of with you on that. I started watching that too, and I had to stop watching it. It's
a tough watch.
It is a tough watch.
I know.
Right. Monsters, the actual
I watched both. I watched
series.
the 9-part series on Netflix, and then I watched Then they dropped I think a 2003 documentary with conversation from the two of them.
Yeah, I didn't see
which
that
they're
one yet.
still not likable. And listen, you still blew your parents away with a shotgun. It's still cold-blooded, premeditated, and the fact that they didn't get the death penalty is tremendous, just based on that. But they were young. They were 18 and 20. And that's young, and boys especially.
Well, and now they might get out.
Well, I know. I'm torn. There's a whole TikTok phenom or whatever. And listen, so you want to hate the dad. Let's say you hate the dad. But why the mom? Boys' angers towards mom. I don't know.
Did they see her as an
enabler? And I believe she knew, and she was complacent, or maybe I'm confusing with the Law and Order episode I saw last night. But no, listen, I'm confused. I've been watching a lot of.
Maybe he was smacking her around too.
Well, he was cheating on her. He was hard on her appearance. Well, again, according to Ryan Murray. You know what I mean, and stuff.
But now their family, yesterday, they held a press conference and a little rally outside the courthouse out there in LA.
To get them out.
Right. So if they and we're talking Kitty's brothers and sisters.
Really? Because Kitty's sister was on that documentary and she was not super.
Oh, really? Well, either way.
No, listen, there's family for them. I would listen if they endured what they endured, and if Jose was a tyrant, and granted it was a different time, and I realize Lyle and I are of the same generation. We're both born in '68, so as I was comparing him this story, that's why it's sort of like not resonated or remembered because they were like my peer kind of thing.
Yeah.
So he would be turning 56 this year, and yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, do you stay? Have you? I think he's like since become the poster child. And he was like precursor to. I felt like the second. If you watch the whole documentary, and actually, if you get past the beginning and And it really gets into, it's really a testament of the LA criminal courts at that time. So basically, like, why they were acquitted made kind of sense or whatever. And then the first prosecutor was on it, and she was a little hostile and the whole thing in there. And their attorneys were amazing women, and they really took up the cause of they were victims and stuff. But then the second trial, which was, I think, almost 7 years later or 5 years later, there was a decent amount of time. But don't forget, in the interim was the Rodney King trial, was the OJ trial. And like Gil Garcetti and stuff like that, they were done with the black guy. So they did not let Lyle testify.
They threw out all the sex abuse.
And
they
the cousins
threw all that out.
and stuff.
Right.
But the first trial went on, I want to say like 6 months. There were over 53 witnesses for the defense. So, I mean, at one point, maybe it was, I don't know. I don't know if they should get out. I don't know.
They're also claiming that there's new evidence, too. But they haven't said what that is.
What could the evidence be?
I have no idea. They haven't said what it is yet, but they're
At the end of the day, the argument was never that did they shoot their parents? Of course.
Right.
Are there mitigating circumstances? I don't know. I mean, is it, and the point was, you did have means and stuff. You could leave, but I don't know. Was he a tyrant? I don't know.
Well,
on a very special Tony Walker
Law and Order episode, it's weird because I think they're trying to say too that because if they're released, then you're almost setting a precedent, like saying it's almost okay if your father beats you, that it's okay to kill him.
Well,
but I guess they're saying that the trauma messed with their heads.
Agreed, and they're victimized, and I don't know. Has that become a manslaughter? I don't know. I don't know enough.
Yeah, well, that's
we'll have to go to our legal panel. Hello.
Next week when we have the Melendez brothers on here.
Yeah, imagine. If you got the Melendez brothers, and then they showed up. Well, remote, obviously. A collect call from St. Quentin. And they'd be like, "What for 8 people?"
Well, I'm going to try and get Marty Tankleff in here. I want to get him. I'm friends with him on Facebook, and I have a friend who, because when he got out, he became I think he started going to school to become a lawyer while he was still in jail. Actually.
Yes.
But now he's a full-time lawyer, and a friend of mine worked with him some years back. So we actually have a mutual friend.
That's quite a story.
Oh, it's a crazy story.
There's a lot of those, and it's funny. So I started actually watching the Melendez thing with my son, he's over in Ireland, but that's a whole nother story. But anyway, we started watching it, and I was like trying to explain to him the Milli Vanilli and the clothes and the pop collars and the whole, and like what was going on, and like sort of like explaining. Sometimes when I
I'm gonna miss you, girl.
Right, I'm gonna miss you. When I explain like pop culture to my kids, I don't know. It seems like, which I think it's not old, but really it's like almost 30, 40 years old of a reference or something, and it's kind of funny seeing it in that.
It is, and I saw that scene in the series where they rented the movie theater and they did this little dedication to the parents, and then they played Milli Vanilli.
Yeah, that was so weird.
And at first I'm like, what the? But then I looked it up, and that is a true. Like at first I was like, oh, they're just making that up for the movie.
So
no, that was
much
true.
of it is true.
These guys loved Milli Vanilli.
It's a tragedy to me to see the dream is over. I had my Milli Vanilli CD.
Do you?
Mm-hmm. I did. I was a big Milli Vanilli fan.
Really?
Girl, it's true. I know. I love that stuff.
Yeah.
I know. My music taste was very... So we could digress. This is a very funny story, too.
Okay.
So I grew up with freestyle music, which is not your... I
not
always think
thing,
you're
no.
way older than me, and you're younger than me.
I look way older.
I know.
I'm 2 years younger.
I know. It's very...
So we're the same generation.
The same peer. But you did not go to Uncle Sam's.
I did.
You did?
I did. Not often, but I did.
To dance. I'm assuming you had 2 legs at the time.
I did have 2 legs at the time.
Yeah,
so I would dance and try to,
How funny would that be if they were like, Tony, you dance like you have 2 left feet. And then now you have 2 left feet.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that is pretty much how I dance. Yeah.
So we would dance. So I grew up in Elmont, and then when I was ding, we should have like an Elmont check, like when I mentioned Elmont here. Ding, she did it. So we would go to Focus, which was in West Hempstead.
Oh yes, I remember that
Joe
place.
owned. Shut up! Can you believe that?
Oh, I didn't know that.
When I came to the Christmas party and I learned that fun fact about Joe. Joe is probably the most important person attached to Governors to me.
Yes.
I'm like, you own Focus.
Wow.
Like, you let us drink underage. I love you. I love you.
Joe, yeah, he's on.
Yeah, he was in nightclubs, a couple clubs and stuff. But I loved Focus. Loved it. Joe, if you want to bring back Focus, I'm in as an early investor.
That's kind of cool. Wow. I had
so
idea.
I did not know that.
That's
think
a place
he also
I
owned the
didn't go.
club in the Garden. Well, I don't want to go into details. I think the
yes.
Garden City Hotel one. That one was too fancy for me. We were poor then in college, though. But Focus was great because we were going to Focus in like 1984, like 16, 17, 18, and then it became Tricks. It became a teen club. Oh, it was great.
Tricks with 2 X's.
Yes.
Yes,
Thank
I remember
you.
that.
Yes, you would have known that. So then there was down the street. There was Metro 700, which became a Boulder Creek, and on Hempstead Turnpike.
I know the Boulder Creek is. I don't remember
before
Metro
it was
700.
Metro 700, and then on Tuesday it would be the Ocean Club, 19 to swim, 21 to sink.
Whoa!
So you would get the bracelet or the stamp, and then you lick it on your friend.
Yep.
Or whatever. So, but it was all that freestyle, like kicking me, And then Speaks was in Island Park.
Yep.
And then there was Archie's, an industry, like all
Industry,
right over
okay.
there, which is
And-
by like the Lambrows.
And then Malibu also.
Malibu.
I loved
so
it.
it was weird. Because there were two sides to Malibu.
Right.
There was like the one that would be like Spit, which was like when Uncle Sam's did the two. I was not an LIR girl.
Oh.
I was not.
I'm surprised.
No, you know what? I was LIR girl by accident, not realizing I liked that type of alternative college music through MTV.
Right.
So I didn't know like
New wave.
Yeah, so I didn't know like Haircut 100 and Squeeze and Adamant and stuff like that was that type of music, and Depeche Mode, because I liked the videos, but I wasn't necessarily listening to that music. I was really listening to like Hot 97 and that kind of stuff.
WAPP.
KTU. Yeah, and no, APP. I didn't, that was rock. APP
It
was
was kinda
rock.
rock.
No, I didn't listen to rock. No, it was KTU, 92.3 KTU.
Right.
I think that's Goomba Johnny.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
You are correct about that.
How about that? Look at me.
Full
Hello,
circle.
Goomba Johnny. And then Goomba Johnny, if he gets sick, I'm available to open for Anthony Rodilla. No, so to the 9 people that are listening. No, so we would go dancing and loved it. Loved it. So fast forward, there's a club now called Docks, very small in Island Park.
Is that where Keegan has that
Yes,
the fundraiser
yes,
thing?
Fin Festival, Fin Fest, and all that stuff. And it's by Lambrows, which is, and there's a public store. Anyway,
Oh, yes, Lambrows, yes.
I mean, you can go by boat and whatever. Anyway, but there's this guy, DJ Jeff. So all the freestyler listeners out there, I
DJ
recommend-
Jazzy Jeff?
No, it is not that DJ Jazzy Jeff. On Friday nights from 5 to like 11, because you can't play late there because it's residential.
Right.
This DJ, oh my God, he spins not to be believed. It is such a great Friday night. And all these old Guidos come out of hiding.
Really?
So good.
Like Big Time Tommy type guys?
Well, Big Time Tommy could go there. It's on the stand. It might be a little tough for Big Time Tommy. But no offense, Big Time Tommy. I'm available for videos and podcasts. No, Big Time Tommy. I love Big Time Tommy.
And Pork
Big
Chop.
Time Tommy. And Pork Chop too. They would fit right in.
Yeah.
I don't think they've been there yet. And Little Mutzer and all that stuff. But the crowd is so good. And it's all old DJ. And the guy posts all these things on Instagram, posts all these videos or whatever. And the amount of, so we went for like a high school reunion.
Oh, nice.
Which, by the way, I saw Sekou, which, by the way, is the other black comic that we didn't mention.
Oh, that's right.
See,
We
knew
can't
there were
leave him
like
out.
5. We couldn't leave him out. Sekou was there with his friends. And Sekou's like 10 years younger than us.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
So what was he doing there?
He was hanging out with his friends.
Oh.
From like, I think he's a Valley Stream
Oh, is he?
guy. Anyway.
No idea.
So I saw him. So anyway, I was there with all these high school
And
friends.
him you talked to, unlike Saliani.
Yeah. Sekou, I went right up to.
Sekou did not drop a dookie in the ladies'
No,
room.
I went right up to Sekou. And
You stay out of the fucking ladies' room, Sekou.
I even took a picture with Sekou.
Nice. He's a great dude.
Love him.
Yep.
Such a nice guy. So it was this old, and now they post all the guy.
Did you dance with Sekou?
No, Sekou wasn't dancing, but we were dancing with my friends, and then the amount of people since this guy posted, people like called my sisters and was like, "I saw you on Instagram. I saw you, and
nice.
this guy is whatever." So that was
cool.
my.
Another, speaking of great guys, another great DJ is Joey Petroni.
I don't know that.
You don't
Well,
know?
I mean, I know who Joey Petroni is.
Yeah.
What kind of DJ? Like that kind of style DJ?
He does like weddings and stuff. But yeah, so he called me maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago. He goes,
He looks like an old headbanger. He looks more like a
like Saliani. He's scary looking.
Well, I wouldn't say scary like it, but if he was in high school, I bet you he had a band painted on the back of his jean jacket.
Well, all right. See, that's the thing with Joey Petroni. First off, his real name is not Joey Petroni, and he had short hair when he was younger.
Yes.
Like this whole Joey Petroni thing only came about within maybe the past 15, 20 years tops.
It's a new evolution.
Yes. So he didn't have all that going on back then. Where he kind of went into hiding, and all of a sudden he reemerged with the long hair and the leather, and as this Joey Petroni guy. But he's probably even more than Saliani. He's the nicest guy in the world.
I saw
Such
him
a sweet
at.
man.
Where did I see him? I saw him at Pancakes and Syrup.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We were all there.
We were all there.
I
Shout out to Tom DiDario.
I saw Rob Cividanis last night. I was at a film festival last night.
I was feeling sorry for myself. I didn't come last night. I wrote a note.
You were going to go?
Yeah, I wrote a note because I saw Mary. I put it in my calendar.
Oh.
See, so if people think I don't go stuff, I wrote down on my calendar, I said I was going to go, and then I was feeling sorry for myself.
To support Mary?
Yes.
That was my film.
I didn't know that, but look, it says here, look. Where is it? Mary movie, 7
There
o'clock.
it is.
I was going to go last night.
That was me and Don. Don wrote it.
I
produced it. It was filmed in my house. It was Mary and Fudge.
I love Fudge.
I love Fudge.
I don't know why Fudge isn't a bigger deal.
I agree 100%.
Oh, there we go. Add him to our list of other black
Oh,
comics
right.
on Long Island.
Yes.
I should have.
Yeah. Fudge needs to come around the club more often.
Love him.
But, so Joey called me up probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago. He goes, I'm doing a wedding this weekend. He goes, I need you to come and MC it. I'm like, I've only MC'd a wedding once in my life. I was
Really?
like, what? And I made sure. I was like, Joey, I'm not, hey, buddy, let's, get on your feet. Let's,
Was it a young wedding, an old wedding? A second wedding?
Not that I know of. No, they look kind of young.
Really?
Joey just said, he goes, I just need somebody to make announcements.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm coming in.
Yeah, just introduce. Right,
Yeah.
I did all that
Cake.
stuff, and time for the bride feast cake,
Yeah.
time for the speeches, time for the bride to dance.
Now
with
for
her
the
dad,
first time as Mr. and Mrs.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was like in between announcements. Sometimes I'd have like an hour.
Yeah.
So I was just sitting there. So I got to watch Joey in action. I mean, he had this place rocking the whole night.
It's good to know.
The bride's sister. This was a very high-end wedding.
Where was the wedding at?
It was up in Oyster Bay Cove.
Oh.
Yeah, there's money.
Look at you, Big Maka.
Yeah. It was on somebody's property. It wasn't even like a catering hall. It was on somebody's property. They had a big giant tent built.
Gorge.
With electric and chandeliers. Like they went all out. And it was actually kind of cool. I ended up knowing the caterer, a guy I went to high school with. So so I just got to watch Joey in action. The bride's sister, spoiled little rich girl. She kept coming up to Joey, and
I'm sure she's lovely.
I swear to you, this is true.
She's lovely.
No, she's not.
No, Joey will never work for them again. Joey, she's lovely.
Well, all right, yeah, you're right. She's
lovely.
She was a nice girl who went up to Joey and said, he's playing all this dance music. She walked up to him and said, "Do you have any white music?" I swear to you, that's what she said. I laughed for probably an hour.
Was he playing current? Like current?
He
dance
was
music?
mixing it up.
Well, that's
He was
good for
mixing it
Joey.
up, and the place was the place was dancing. People going nuts. This girl must have come up to Joey. I am not exaggerating. It had to be almost double digits. The amount of time she would come up to Joey.
And he asked for white music.
First, she asked for white music. Then she started rattling titles off, and Joey's turning to me and goes, "I don't know this song." Like several times after she'd walk away. I don't know
Was
what
it like Buster Poindexter, hot? Like, what was she looking for?
It was most of the time. It was something I never heard of either. But he found it every time he played this girl's music.
Yeah.
It cleared the dance floor.
Oh.
So Joey's like, "Fuck it," and he would go back to his own stuff, and they would come right back. Joey, yeah, he kicked ass, man.
That's great.
He is great,
So
and
tonight,
I highly recommend him.
I have a 60th birth. Oh no, I don't. I lied.
Okay. Yeah.
No, well, whatever. It does. I'll tell you after. It doesn't matter. I'm going somewhere tonight, but it's
Did you tell Brian you're going somewhere
No,
else?
no,
Is that what's
he's
happening?
coming with me,
Oh,
but
all right.
it's whatever. It's a surprise.
Oh, it's a surprise party.
Yeah. So if the 9 people listening, one of their birthday boys, I'm sorry.
Wow.
He's not listening. No, he's not. She's not listening. It's her birthday. It's whatever. Anyway, it doesn't matter. She, he, they. It's Emily. It's Emily Santos' birthday. No, Emily's not 60. Emily's younger than me, too.
Yes.
Speaking of Emily, bringing it back to comedy.
Okay.
I am going, so excited. I'm going to a concert. Cyndi Lauper is retiring.
I heard.
Girls just want to have fun. October 30th. It may be a little conflict, maybe hard for Kathy with the Yankees. Let's see if the Yankees stay in.
Yeah.
Well, we don't care. We don't like the Yankees. Anyway, October 30th, Madison Square Garden. Guess who's going to this concert? Me. My sister was coming by charity, but anyway. Carla. Emily.
And and shit, you just said it.
Kathy Arnold.
Kathy Arnold.
And her lover, Heather, who is a doll.
Oh, is that right?
A doll.
Really?
Lovely.
Kathy looks very happy with what's her name?
Heather.
Heather. Yeah, they look very happy.
I'm so excited. I'm going with the squad.
Yeah, that's a fun night, right?
Right?
There. Yeah, that's a really fun night.
I went with Kathy. Kathy's a great person to take to comedy. I mean, not to concerts, by the way. Friend of whatever. Again, long story short, doesn't matter. But I had an extra ticket to the Foo Fighters.
Nice.
At Citi Field, not the one that got rained out, but the Friday. And I was going with other friends of mine. And I brought Kathy. And it turns out Kathy loves the Foo Fighters and never saw. And we had a ball. A ball.
Does she make out with you?
No, it's not that kind of thing. But we do see other people making out. While they're making out, we eat their popcorn.
Ooh.
Yes. And take their food and take their french fries.
That's a good idea.
She likes to do that, Kathy.
Really?
I love to.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I know.
I love Kathy like crazy.
Oh,
She is great.
I've become a huge new fan of Kathy. Actually, all of them I've become, when you get to know, Emily is amazing. Adore Emily.
Yes.
Carla is really, I dig Carla.
Yep,
and,
me too. I
and
love
such
Carla.
a good sport. And
Yes.
she's help me out. And
Carla
vice
hates
versa.
me, but I love her.
She doesn't hate you,
She
whatever.
does. She hates me.
She comes over, she has a resting, angry face, but she's not. Listen, come on. She sleeps with Keegan. Leave her alone. Cut her break.
I do. I really do. I love both of them, actually. I love both of them.
They're a good time, Charlie. And when I go to concerts, I always buy tickets for something with my son, and then we get in a fight or whatever. So Carly's always my
She's your defender.
Yeah, no, but she's like, oh, I have a ticket. So I took her to this freestyle concert, and she's another great, because there's certain people you can bring to shows. So I took Carla. I had an extra ticket to Madonna. I took Carla.
Oh, wow.
I had a freestyle. Carla's great. She's a great +1 for shows. So was Kathy. I imagine Emily and Heather will be the same. So
Nice. Yeah, that's a fun time.
Fun time, right?
Who is there? Anybody else on this bill, opening up or anything?
I don't know who's opening for Cyndi Lauper. I don't know. Maybe the Ting Tings or something. If I had to guess, I don't know. I'm guessing. I just made that up.
The Thompson twins.
Well,
that would be fun.
I feel like I just saw them.
Oh, did they? They were around? I didn't even know that.
Yes, they were in that. So last summer, because I'll play any, and I missed Adam Ant at the Paramount, which was a shame, which I did want to go see.
Not. Really?
Oh, yes. Huge fan. Love.
Really?
Yes.
It's got 3 songs.
3 good ones.
All right.
So anyway, desperate. But anyway, dun, dun, dun. So last year I saw Berlin.
Oh, wow.
Howard Jones.
I've seen Howard Jones.
And Boy George.
Oh, without the club?
Without the club.
Oh.
And Howard Jones was the strongest of the 3.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, he was unbelievable.
Yep.
And then I saw OMD and Squeeze.
Oh, nice.
Squeeze was, ladies and gentlemen, all 11 of you, I recommend if you have a chance to go see Squeeze. Squeeze comes to your...
They're great.
Unfucking-believable. So then my husband said Squeeze was coming around again this summer. Summer Stage. Have you seen anything in Central Park Summer Stage?
It's been a long time, but yes, I have.
It is a very intimate set. Maybe 3,000... I don't even think 3,000
Right,
seats.
yeah.
And it's on the lawn. We were right there, and it was Boy George and Squeeze. And
Nice. There's a place.
Squeeze was so good. Squeeze is really so good.
They really are. I think, that's one of those bands when you're there, you're like, oh, you
know
forgot
everything.
you forgot how many great songs they have.
Oh my God.
We went over the summer to the Hartford Health Care. It's right there in Hartford. You take the ferry.
Hence the name, but go ahead.
Yeah, it was
What gave
Hartford
it away?
Hospital, Hartford Health
What gave it
Center.
away? The name Hartford. Hence it's in
Something,
Hartford.
but it doesn't matter. It's right there. You get off the ferry. It's literally right around the block. You can walk over. This place only holds, I think it's 6,000. I think it's so intimate and so cool, and they have a million different restaurants. I highly recommend this place for concerts. It's
What'd you
fantastic. I saw Sammy Hagar with Loverboy opening up.
Nice.
Loverboy sucked. They were so
I
bad.
never was a Loverboy fan, and that guy he always wore that. Did he still have the bandana on his head?
He did, actually.
What a dick.
Yes.
What a dick.
Yeah, I was never a big fan either.
No.
But I am a Sammy Hagar nut. I freaking love Sammy
So
Hagar.
I saw a long time ago at the Coliseum. I saw it was REO Speedwagon. Was it Asia? Who's the Asia people? Who's that?
Asia was.
Is Asia Asia? No,
Heat of the Moment.
Heat of the Moment. Oh, Asia's the band. Yeah. So wait, I don't think I'm going to mess it up. I think it was REO Speedwagon
And Styx.
Yes. Do you remember that show? I think it was.
Really?
Oh, so good. But Styx is hard because Dennis DeYoung abandoned them, and Tommy had a thing and whatever.
Yeah, there's only I think 2 original guys, and that's
I know. And I saw Dennis DeYoung weirdly many years ago in Las Vegas at that guy who was the impressionist that did 1,000 voices and then he killed himself. Was it Tommy Gans? Something Gans.
Maybe it is Tommy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Killed himself.
I forgot all about that guy.
Yes. And I was standing next to Dennis DeYoung.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
How weird is that?
Look at that. Brush with greatness.
I was just telling the story on the other day. I went last December to see one of those Q&As with the Sopranos guys that Joey Cola hosts.
Joey hosts those?
Oh, yeah. Joey's been hosting those for a long time.
Shut up.
Oh, yeah.
I went to the big 25th anniversary one at Tribeca Film where they did the premiere of the David Chase. Did you watch the David Chase documentary? It's
No,
on
not
Max.
yet. Yeah, I want
They
to.
broke it out in 2 parts, but they played the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then there were 11 of them on the panel.
Oh, that's nice.
You should see. Everyone was there.
Michael Imperioli, Steve Sciarippa, and Vincent Pastore. They go around touring doing Q&A. They've been doing it for a long time. Yeah, Joey always hosts. They've done Westbury Music Fair. They've been all over.
I love Joey Cola, by the way.
Joey's
Did you
the
see the
best.
Joey and Jimmy Fallon clip?
Yes.
Oh, so beautiful.
Yes,
I got
I
to get
did.
over it. He told me to just send him, I want to go see Drew, and she's a delight.
Joey, he brought me into the Rachel Ray set twice.
He's so nice. He gave me
Joey's
the
the
name of
best.
something to write to. He's so nice, Joey.
So I'm there at the Sopranos show to see it, and I look to my right down the row I'm sitting in, and there's a guy staring at me, and it was Ricky Byrd, who's one of the original Joan Jett and the Blackhearts.
Okay.
Ricky Byrd was in here once on Joe DeJesus show. So, and we actually went out to dinner before the show. Joe DeJesus.
Okay.
And it was really funny because Joe DeJesus he played guitar and sang. That was his show, and he would bring other musicians to play. This Ricky Byrd comes in with his guitar, but he says, I don't want to play because I want to talk comedy. This guy is a big comedy fan.
Oh, that's great.
So I look and I see he's staring at me. So it took me a second. I'm like, oh, that's Ricky Byrd. So I walk over. He had an empty seat next to him. So I sit down. I go, hey, Ricky, how you doing? He goes, I know you. I said, Gov's, the podcast studio. Then it all came back. So we're talking for a minute. Now, the guy he's there with, whose empty seat it was, he's now coming back from, I don't know, dropping a dookie maybe.
Yes, because his wife wouldn't let him do it in their house.
So he's coming to sit. It's Liberty DeVito.
Really?
Now, Liberty DeVito, not so much these days, but at one time me and him were kind of tight. So I was like, oh!
Was he a Hicksville guy too?
No.
Oh.
No, he's from Seaford.
Oh, okay.
But, so we hadn't seen each other in a while. We're hugging. We're catching up. I had the pleasure or the honor after the show of introducing Liberty DeVito to Joey Cola. They had never met.
Oh.
So I actually got to introduce them.
Look at you.
I thought that was kind of cool. So I have a picture at home with me, 3 guys from The Sopranos, Ricky Byrd, and Liberty DeVito.
Look at you.
I know. I thought that was that's a pretty cool moment for me.
I know. Yeah. Oh, speaking of cool moments, who's here tonight?
Jeff Garlin is here tonight.
I love Jeff Garlin. Jeff Garlin and I have the same birthday. And Jeff Garlin and I had tickets to see Jeff Garlin at Caroline's.
Oh, nice.
And then Caroline's was closing. He had to reschedule.
I'm just realizing now it's like it's up here like this. It's
I know.
It's blocking the moneymaker.
I was trying to fix the. I was trying to fix that. I think it's the screw here. Anyway,
what happened?
I didn't.
Oh, is it loose? Is that what's going on?
That's why it was moving. I wanted to see Jeff.
He's great.
I know. I have this not birthday party tonight, and then I wish I was around tomorrow. I'm in the. Oh my God.
Something you can talk about.
Yeah. No, listen, no offense. So wherever it was, no one wants to go see me at. I'm like a half hour west of Wilkes-Barre.
Oh,
far.
I would.
It's far.
If I was in that area, I would go see.
I know, it's far.
Well, speaking of which, how
So
was
Teddy
your birthday?
asked me to go to the show, and the problem is I'm not being whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It's just it's a lot of driving back and forth.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
and
long.
I'm with you. I'm pissed. I would love to see Jeff Garland myself. I can't make it either. But
love Jeff Garland.
How was your birthday? It was just a couple weeks ago.
It was
2 weeks ago.
No, last Saturday, right? October 5th. So
October
it's 2 weeks.
5th?
Yeah, maybe 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, today is the 18th. Yeah.
Yeah, so we celebrated in Aruba.
Oh, so you're actually in your birthday.
Yeah, I left.
You got to celebrate your birthday with your husband without your husband. So was that your gift?
No, he actually paid for dinner. So when we sat down to dinner, my sister was like, "Oh, Brian picked up dinner."
Nice.
Which was lovely. Okay. I think that's a cop-out gift. But hey, it was very nice. Thank you, honey.
He thought of you on your birthday while you weren't even in the country with him. I will defend that man to the end.
Of course you will. It's a union thing. It's in your contract. It's in your contract. You both get the same pension.
But it's only to benefit you.
Sure. Sure, Tony.
You know I love you and adore you, Laura Patton.
No,
absolutely.
It was nice. So it was me, my mom, my sister, Nancy Nicotra. One day I'll bring her in here.
Okay.
And I was actually going to bring my mom, but then whatever, stuff got home. I know. I thought it would be fun. I thought I would try to mix it up.
I would love to talk to her about you.
I know. I'd bring her in, right? She's not that nice. No, she's fine. And then my friend Michelle came, which was great. And then my friend Heather came up from South Carolina.
Yeah, tell me about the stuff you did once Mom and the family went to bed. Like, what did you do?
Nothing.
I don't believe that for a second.
No, Aruba is not known for its nightlife. It's quiet.
Until you guys came into town.
No, I was when my crazy friend, like I went with the Angelas and them like that, we tear it up. But this was a mellow crowd.
Oh, wow.
It was quiet. And then I was working when I was there. So I was working during the day.
You were working while you were there?
I was doing work there. Whatever, because the whole anyway, I want to talk about work on this. Maybe if the 9 people listening can call my boss. No, I was working, and so the big thing in Aruba, it's all about, I said the Costa del Mar and Eagle Beach, anyway, for the people that are listening, if you know anything about Aruba. There's a high-rise section and then the Eagle Beach, another area. It's very nice. But our hotel happened to have a very short beachfront.
Okay.
And in Aruba, they call, I think one word is called a papau or something, but the other one's called a chickie.
Chickie.
So a chickie is, because Aruba, what people like about Aruba is there's winds. So it's like the trade winds, and when you're out, because it's like very hot, but the winds make it nice or whatever. But we were there during a season when it's not windy. So it was hot. But they have these chickies, and the chickies are these, like these huts.
Okay.
With a number and hooks and a table. So you reserve it, and then you put your chairs around, and that's like your home base in the morning. But it's all about reserving the chickie. But people
that sounds dirty, like a slang.
It
make
does.
Sure to reserve the chickie.
Get the chickie. But no, it starts at people are out there at like 1:45 in the morning getting their chickie for the next day. So every day I was up at 4:45.
Oh, that's a vacation?
I go. Hello, I know. So I would get the chickie. I would go to the chickie. I'd bring my book. I'd bring like my my thoughts for the day, and I'd bring some stuff. And then I started bringing my computer because it wasn't a glare because I was up so early and working out there. And it was lovely, but it was me and like 50 men from Massachusetts like reserving their thing, and I'm like, I'm going to beat you one day, like Smitty, Sully, whatever. I was out to fucking beat him. I couldn't beat him. Fucking chickies. That was ridiculous.
Those guys know how to manipulate the chickie.
I know. So they got on the chickies, and you get the chickies for the day, and then you put your towels down, and then you can't leave the chickie. The chickie can't be unattended for more than 2 hours because they're supposed to then
I pay attention to my chickie quite
they
often.
Shoo you away.
They shoo you away.
So I would do chickie duty from maybe like 4:45 till like 8:30. And then I would
some chickie duty.
Then I would go back up to the room and do other stuff, and then send like the rest of my, having breakfast. We had a condo kind of thing. Go down, then you're on chickie, and then I would work, and then come down, and then one afternoon we snorkeled, and one afternoon we went. We did. It was nice. It was lovely. We snorkeled. We saw a shipwreck. It was a beautiful
shipwreck.
trip.
Oh, like that's buried in the sea?
That it was actually a very interesting story. It was like a German ship that wanted to come, and it was whatever. I like all that stuff.
Oh,
I like
okay.
becoming I'm like, oh, this isn't a documentary. Like when I read a book now, I'm like, there's no World War II. Like I'll be reading a book, Like, I know it could be a book about like the 50s. I'm like, when did the Nazis get here? Like all my books have to be steeped in like historical fiction.
You read it like a documentary type voice.
Constant. Yeah. I'm like, and then, yeah, I'm like, what? This is fake. I'm not watching fake stuff. I know.
Milli Vanilli behind the music.
Yes, I've watched that many a time, and I saw the recent one. And Rob killed himself.
Yes.
Tragic.
Very.
And the couple behind it, the puppet master, that German guy, him and his girlfriend got away with all of it.
Oh, did they?
Yes, they should. They have blood on their hands.
Yes, and
Rob and Fab.
Well, and speaking of music and killing yourself, it turns out this kid from One Direction turned out he jumped.
Yes, I saw that.
I couldn't believe that.
I was on the Twitter and I saw the quote from like the Buenos Aires stuff, like stuff was going out unfiltered. He
weird.
struggled with addiction.
Yes.
As you know, I have a soft spot for it.
Yep.
Which, by the way, this week, I never really talk about it on stage. I probably should because it probably matters. But I 13 years sober.
This week?
Yeah, October 15th. Look at that. Look at me.
Oh, so we just passed it. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very
October
nice.
15th. October 15th, yeah.
That's what you
years.
said.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I know.
That's
I
fantastic.
probably should like talk about it on stage. I don't know why I don't. There's a lot of funny stuff about it.
I was thinking about this.
Yeah.
Not so much on stage, but I don't know if you still do, but I know for a while you were really trying hard to put a podcast together.
Yes.
That's what I think. I think that and talking about life as a mother who's a comedian. I think those two topics. I don't know if that's out there, but
I think like Heather McMahon and Leanne Morgan. I think there's a lane for that. I mean, what I really should get is my social up. That's my net. Unfortunately, I have a bandwidth time issue because of the things we talk about that make me sad, kind of thing, and my job, whatever. Real life, like I wish I could just do this 100%, but I need to like pay the bills and stuff like that. So unfortunately right now my time is, but that's really where I should be making my investment. And I actually, before I went away, I asked for like a social media manager to someone to kind of help me. I could potentially put out the content and then have someone just chop it, clip it, know the algorithms and all that stuff.
Right.
So I feel like if I get some legs behind that and then to do the podcast, and then I was going to do it with Chris, and I talked about doing it with Chris.
Yes.
And did you see Chris's special? He's filming his special November 2nd.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, which I'm very excited. I'll probably go see that.
Yeah.
So we talk about that, but he had a lot going on and his dad and stuff. So I think eventually our universe may collide
because
again.
you're so, I mean, you're great on stage, but even just in this type of setting, you're very funny, you're personable, you don't have a problem with talking and filling the time.
Thank you.
And then if you're willing to be honest and open about your life, as a mother and what goes on, I just think that could be a very entertaining, funny, and interesting.
It could, but I
content.
also have to be very careful out of respect
Yes.
for my sons,
Yes.
what I share. Because listen, if I was like Bert Kreischer or Big J or something, where I'm making the kind of money to like support their thing, where we could be like, oh, my kid got her period. I don't even have girls, so that's not the point of the story.
Well,
but
if it was one of your sons, that would be a podcast right there.
That would be a podcast. My son, the bleeder, on a very special lure patent. No,
Ann Rockney from California says, congratulations, Laura. 13 years is a lot to be proud of.
Oh, thank you, Ann. One day at a time.
She's a big fan. She said earlier how happy she was to see you on.
Oh, thank you. I do like coming here. I really do. And I really should be on my real grown-up job or whatever. And I should make a commitment to try and come in here like every 6 weeks. But I would like to bring in a topic or whatever. I'm just
like to have a job, too.
Well, no, I do have a job, but I would like to bring in something like I thought today was shitting in the lobby was the topic of the day, and we sort of went full circle with a couple.
We can go back to that if you
not.
like.
No, I was trying to be like, what can I bring to the, let's bring a topic that can engage people. It gets hard.
All right. I do have something to go along with that theme, actually,
Good.
believe it or not. And it happened literally 5 minutes before I went on the air this morning. So I looked up there at the clock. It said 10:49.
Yeah.
I said, oh, you know what? Let me go pee real quick before, the show's going to start in 5 minutes. I go running in there, and I'm peeing.
Yeah.
And it was one of those moments where I start to push out a fart, then I stop because I wasn't sure if it was a fart or not. Okay.
Yeah, as a woman, you can do that because you're all in the same region. But I imagine as a man standing, it could bite you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, bite. I guess that's one way to put it. So I stopped. I started pushing out the fart, and then I just stopped and continued peeing. But when I stopped, I actually heard like a little, like you have the straw, and like you're
Yeah.
I stopped. I was like, what the hell was that?
Was it your body?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, but
Your body went to town.
But then 2 seconds later, it came back and like to the point where I knew it was a fart, so I just let the fart go. But I was like, that was weird. That I've never heard of that happening. I've never.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, on a very special Tony Walker, my next time I can come here and I can talk to you about my which I'm trying to figure out how to. I don't know. I've been struggling to make this as PC as whatever.
Too late.
So my. Maybe the reason I'm angry my husband can shit anywhere is because I've lost the ability to. I have butt problems. Right, with keeping it as yes, I've
mentioned that on here
discussed it.
before.
Right. So now I go for therapy. I go for rectal therapy.
Really?
It's so interesting and awful at the same
time. What do they
time.
like? Have like a shovel and a like one of the lights on that? And
I have a various size dilators that they use, and then I get like you would go for physical therapy and like a stim. So I had to buy a machine, and I dial it up, and then I have I have to do exercises.
What do you put stuff on your stomach to like?
Oh, stomach. Oh, hold on, silly boy. Oh, they shove it in your ass, Tony.
It actually goes in?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. So
the truth is, you don't have any problems. You just want
No. The truth is, I think now when I get the confirmation to like remind you of an appointment, I send back kissy face. So it's like,
well, no, that makes sense.
I leave my copay in the shoe. Like when you walk. Listen, if you walk into physical therapy and you see a tube of lube, like it's not.
So they.
Yeah.
So it what like vibrates and like kind of like shakes it up and gets it?
Yeah, because apparently my muscles broke.
Really?
I push and instead of pushing, I pull. It broke. I don't know. I can't explain.
Why would you pull? What are you trying to get the shit out of your mouth? What are you doing?
No, if you think you're like okay, push, it pulls.
Oh, so you're actually pushing, but for some reason it's going backwards.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's quite a thing, and it's whatever.
Is there a way to is there a surgery or something that can permanently fix that?
There's no surgery. It is all in this therapy and some yoga and some stretching and like there's like a baby pose and there's a couple things and then this stimulation which I had to buy my own. Thank you very much. So I have like a bag that I bring it and then I take it home. So when I leave there, I feel so
funky.
Yeah, I'm off for like a day.
Yeah.
So
I bet you're walking funny too.
It's a moment. It's definitely a moment. And then there was one I felt like because then I was going to it's just a regular like metro physical therapy. So I'm like behind a door, and then some lady they're like, Sadie, how's your knee? And she's like, what's my hip? Okay, up the stairs. And I'm like, hello, I'm sitting here with a tube in my ass.
Maybe when they're saying knee.
No,
it's really hiney.
No,
they're just
it's pure. It's a like,
you don't hear anybody say, "Hey, Laura, how's your knee?"
No, if you go into your physical therapy stuff and you see a door closed, no, there's somebody getting something jammed in there, hoo-ha, or they're coolie.
Do they say to you, "We're going to shove up your ass in the lobby bathroom"?
No, you to the lobby. So now I found a place that's more considerate and sensitive.
They play music and
get
you drunk.
The Lotus physical therapy, but they don't take insurance.
Oh,
I know. So it's $275 a session.
Wow.
I know, Tony. This is the problems I'm suffering from.
This is like going to get rub and tug.
I know.
It's expensive.
I know. It's like those Tunnel of Love guys, like that just got pinched in Newsday. It's a lot.
I bet you half of these comedians would do it for like $100.
They need the
$50.
I know, but it's a very intimate, female-friendly setting. It's a loving setting.
All right,
if that matters.
So the next time you go on Kathy and Emily's show,
I could
do that.
Kathy has she has bum problems too.
Oh, I did not know that.
And this is a as we started the show about the Menendezes and sexual abuse with the father, another dark secret. People have more butt problems than you think.
Okay.
So I feel like I'm like the butt whisperer. Like when I bring it up, people then feel it's a safe place to to talk about hard things.
You represent the butt.
Yes.
When people
well,
think of butts, they see your face.
Not perhaps. But so I think there's a lot of funny material to it.
Inside. Oh, well, yeah. On the stage, too.
Yeah, on the stage. But then Teddy's like, no one wants to hear about Lady Dookie. But
I'm going to disagree. I think it's funny.
I really have to work on how to get, because I think it is, like I was telling James, I'm like, oh, I got to go. I got a busted starfish. And that's like funny. Like, I'm like, my starfish is busted.
And I bet you James laughed.
Yes, he did. He giggled. James is good. It was good. And I've been here because I haven't really been around as much to more me stuff too, because I got to show up. But they were great. So Ange called me. I worked Sunday.
Nice.
When I came back from my trip, which was very nice. And then the week before, I hosted. I always love to host, kind of thing.
I love
and it
hosting
was
too, yeah.
And you know what? When I didn't even do material. It was nice. I was kind of, because when was
Crowd
the
work,
lodge?
or?
Yeah, it was like a black sorority, AKA, and it was like a church in Malvern, and it was a lodge. Like my husband's, he's an odd fellow, but it's their lodge. So, and Richie Byrne, I never worked with Richie Byrne.
You never worked with Richie?
Love him.
Oh,
Just
Richie's wonderful.
so good.
Love him.
Every once in a while, I do something, and I run into I never worked with Maria Walsh.
Yeah, but she doesn't really come here.
I did a show with her at the theater at Malloy, a couple months ago, and it was lovely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's great.
Really good.
Yeah.
But Richie was a joy.
Oh, Richie's fantastic.
And then it was kind of quiet for me, and then I got offered like 2 or 3 last Saturday when I was away, and I'm like, that's how it works. So I know I got to stir it up.
Well, I wanted to ask you though, what was it like performing in D.C.?
DC was good.
Yeah.
DC was, so the guy Pete Bergen, who's come through here, Pete's very cool. What I like about Pete is he has a cousin here, and he does a backyard show for his cousin once a year, and it turned out his cousin lives like a couple blocks away, and I actually did this backyard show this summer, and it's
Candace
funny.
Bergen?
No, not that bad. But this guy, Rich. And then Rich is also, I'm so bad. I always out people in the sober community. But he's also in the sober community. So there were a lot of people that were in the sober community there. And it was very cool. And Pete, too. But anyway, so Pete says, why don't you come down to D.C. So go to Arlington. And I went to the show. I had friends down there and a bunch of people. And it was really, really good. So I did the show. And I did the show with I'm just going to say a bigger name female comic that works at the Cellar. Let's just leave it at that, because she did not have a good set.
Okay.
And I think she was dehydrated. I really do, because she had come down and her mom was ill, and she did she ran a 5K that day, and it was exceptionally hot and decent. And she was up there and she was like, "Oh my God, I'm like forgetting." She was like forgetting,
wow.
and she kept trying to salvage, to the point where Pete has since wrote to the people at the show and was like, I'll give you a refund for the next show kind of thing. It was weird. So listen, nothing better than somebody sucking and you were good. So they were like, as sad as I felt for her, listen, she still gets paid whether she sucks or not.
True.
So, and she has a stellar reputation. So she'll be fine. Trust me. But the audience was so kind to me, and it was so nice, and it was a warm crowd. So I do like that. When I'll go to, it was actually that month was, I think it was the month of September. I had something going on every weekend somewhere. I was in Wisecrackers, which is always nice.
Mm-hmm.
And Tony Woods came down because he was doing a show there. And
nice.
then it was a guy that does the, Civil War reenactment stuff. So there was an author, and then George Washington was in the lot. It was quite. It's always an experience down there.
And then you guys, it's all one show?
No, it was just what was going on in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. And then there's camel races at the harness. It's quite a thing. And then we went to a witch and warlock show.
Oh.
And then we were in Electric City, that is Scranton. So I said, come on, Teddy, let's go explore. So Teddy and I went out searching for black people in Scranton.
Did you find any?
No. But
I didn't think so.
But they came to our show, and then I was like, hey, black people, I see you.
Because,
And then I did my bit about wash my legs. But anyway.
All right, well, that's what I wanted to ask. So with D.C., do you have to, because, New York is such a different animal. Do you have to change anything?
No, it's Arlington. Arlington is actually, D.C.'s incredibly liberal. I don't like to talk politics, but it wasn't that type of, it was a great, because I had done Sag Harbor and then Arlington, so very similar, a liberal audience.
Right, yeah.
And I really don't touch any of that stuff. So I really just talk about, my kids, which is a universal thing, being annoyed by kids.
Right.
When there's young people in the audience, they laugh because it sort of reminds them of like if their mom was talking about, and then I like my husband or a sports mom. And I'm trying to like, I was working on a bit like, politics. I'm voting for the president that's like banning destination weddings. Like that's my if that was your platform, fuck you. They're like, oh, it's great, you can go on vacation. You know what, if I want to go on vacation, I don't want to go away on vacation with you and 30 of your dumb friends. Like, stop it.
With the husband home, so you can...
Well, whatever. Like, destination... Right. Now I have to go worry about shitting in another city because of your wedding. Anyway, as I digress. But I feel like my material, luckily, which I'm learning, I struggle in the city. So in the city, because it's not,
Right.
I'm like, hey, married couples, and then I'm like, hey, anybody know anyone? Are your parents married?
Right.
So
That's what I mean. So yeah.
For the most part, any road thing, they're usually in a suburban setting. I do, and I did I did exceptionally well there. And friends of mine were there. My friend Nancy, her boyfriend, and his friends came. I had like a nice crowd of about 15 people that I knew there.
Is that what you do after a good set?
It's like Tim Saliani coming out of the bathroom. Oh, look at me, I'm Tim Saliani. No, I did that, and I do well, like in that setting. And I also think, which I'm learning from people like you said very nice things, like my voice. I didn't think my voice is like a funny voice or whatever, but I am learning that what I say, the way I say it, like I'm like, oh, I can't believe it, like whatever, like, and I didn't mean to Olga that.
You totally meant to Olga that.
I didn't mean to Olga that. I didn't.
That was pretty good.
I didn't, but no, but like my voice, people come after me and they're like, say your voice is funny.
It is, but I think it's more of the comfortability of how.
Yeah, they feel like they're just. I'm starting to get very. Itself. Like, it's funny. Teddy's like, when Carl Laura gets to stage Laura, like January it'll be 5 years for me, actually, that I started this. So I feel like 5 years is like like you sort of like break your cherry. And then I have the whole COVID weirdness. But I am starting to feel a comfortability like on the stage and stuff like that. And then Teddy started filming those videos of us walking around. I don't know. Did you see us?
I only saw
one.
Yeah,
do the white part and the biggest dicks I ever saw.
Yes,
just like little things like that. Like, and that was, he didn't tell me like, we're going to film and get the lighting and get the ring light or whatever. We were just walking around.
Yeah.
And that song was on the radio, which is what we do. And he's like singing the white part. And I can't remember what song. But a friend of mine was just like, oh my God, I love that, sing the white part. So I have to get more time and stuff. Like Kathy and I were talking about having a theme of and then the other thing of my show that tends to resonate really well is when I talk about like things your parents told you, or your mom told you as a kid.
Oh yes,
that section,
yes.
yeah.
Yep,
that
I enjoy
period,
that.
And James says that's like that's really what you should do for your social. Like you're on the phone with your mom, be like, Ma, and sort of make that your theme. So Kathy and I were sort of talking about like calling on the phone, be like, hey, Kathy. Did you, my mom used to say, you can't sleep with underwear and stuff like that. So,
Right.
and that.
Don't do that, you go blind.
Yes. And someone said, don't eat standing up. You'll get fat ankles. And yeah, there's a few. So that set of my material, I've got a decent 20 minutes.
Oh,
probably
sure.
that I can move
Strong.
around.
Yeah.
That I think is I'm pretty comfortable with it. And whenever I do a Sunday show or whatever, I'm always happy with my set. And then I'm always like, I should use it to try. Look at me coming off the stage. But I always feel like I should try more things. But then I feel like with a show like that, when it's a lot of people, whatever, like I have an obligation, and then I get very like sensitive. I'm like, I don't want to go out. And, it is great to have an opportunity. I mean, listen, we are so blessed. I speak very highly of the club when I say I'm so blessed. Like, and James is so generous to people. Sometimes people say it's too many people on the show, which I do feel bad sometimes. But people leave and they love it. People say it's a good show.
Agreed.
So when I go out there, I really feel it. And James has been pretty kind. I always tend to go to the top of. He knows what he's setting it up. So I tend to go out early, and I was me and like Eric Tartaglione and Peter Bear. I'm very blessed with the people that I can work with. And you get a life lessons in the green room, just sitting and bullshitting with Eric Hath and Peter and Keith Anthony and Michelle and Mary. And so I'm really, really very fortunate for the community that we have here.
And
I have a show coming up. It's not for a while, but January 24th, I'll be producing another reverse commute, and we're just working out things. So I'll be having Harrison Greenbaum. Do you know Harrison?
I know the name. I can't picture.
So good. He's so good. I have to square. We just have to square away the details and put it together. But
that's great.
January 24th, brokerage. It should go live soon.
All right. And speaking of this great community, I'm going to do what I normally do with a lot of our guests, which I don't think I've ever done with you. I'm just going to rattle off some names. You tell me say anything you want about whatever comes to mind, or not at all.
Whore. No, go.
Well, speaking of whores, before I forget, Andy Plagenos said he can't hear because he's in the car with his kids, but he sees that you're on and he says, "Hi, Laura."
Oh, hello to Andy. I will say I miss Andy.
Yes.
Because it is weird because I need a third to like chuckle. So usually we never let you speak this much. So, and not that you're not funny, but
I'm not funny.
Right.
This is
But usually I prefer you to be the giggler and you're not as giggly.
Oh, I've been laughing.
Well, no, I know, but if it was Andy and I giggling, you'd be more of a giggler.
Yeah, but when it was you and Andy talking so much, I didn't listen as much.
Yes, maybe. So hello back to Andy.
And this is, I think this is our second time, just you and me.
Or maybe we had Marla or an Ange. Maybe I had an Ange in tow.
Yes,
I think I had an Ange in tow.
We've done a few other people.
Yes, no, I brought my son, I brought Ange, I brought Marla, I brought Teddy. I have come here enough times.
Oh, you've been here plenty. You're part of the family.
Oh, thank
Absolutely.
you. Thank you.
All right, first name, Eric Haft.
Love Eric Haft.
Who doesn't love Eric?
Love Eric Haft. And Eric Haft still has my Birkenstocks, and I had to go on vacation without them. I left them in his car in the summer.
Son of a bitch.
And you know what else he did? He said, let's go on a trip. Can I use your Easy Pass? Whatever. All summer. Fucking guy's been driving all over town.
He owes you some smoked meats, man.
I sound like I just spoke to Phil. No, I adore Eric Haft. And I love to work with Eric Haft because he talks about his daughters and I talk about my sons, and it's a really good
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's
compliment.
good.
And he's a joy, another one to drive with.
Yes,
and
absolutely. And
love Eric.
Such a talent. Erin Locke.
Don't know her.
Comedian out of, I believe she's North Carolina, I believe.
Don't know her.
Okay.
Is she coming here?
She's been here.
I haven't seen her. I will go.
You might recognize her when you see her.
Blondes?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Cute.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Young?
I'm going to say late 30s. I hope.
A funny woman? Brr, don't like other women. No, yay, girl power. I don't know her. I will go look her up.
All right, so there's a few names on here that I already mentioned. We talked about Ivory. We talked about Fudge.
Love Fudge. Fudge. Anyone, please. Fudge should be bigger than he is.
We talked about Richie Byrne.
Love.
Joe Curry.
Joe Curry and I work together. I see Joe Curry a lot. Joe.
He's also here this weekend.
He is. With who? Has he got a giggle room thing?
Yeah, it's a giggle
room thing. With Charlie.
Charlie Bickett.
Charlie. Yes. Joe's good. Joe and I did a show. We did a Stony Brook fundraiser.
Oh, nice.
Me, Joe, Matt Burns, and Teddy.
Oh.
I've worked with Joe plenty. Yeah, Joe's very nice.
Another great guy.
Joe does a good job with the going into the doctor. that bit I like of his.
Yes.
And they have questions and stuff like that.
Yeah, Joe's great. We talked about Richie Byrne already. Who do I got? Oh, all right. I have a non-comedy name.
Yeah.
So I look on Facebook. I look at mutual friends.
Yeah.
So this was a surprise to me. Joy Navarro Iada.
You know her.
I know her.
Joy and I went to high school together.
Oh, is that right?
Elmont. Ding.
I did not know.
Joy is a doll.
Oh.
She's from Wantaw.
Yes, that's where I lived for 20-something years, and my kids went to
Joy
school with her
is
kids.
great. So I know Joy all through high school.
Was she as gorgeous then as she is now?
Yes, and sweet. Was she
Beautiful.
still nice?
Oh,
and
yeah.
sweet?
And her husband's the nicest guy in the world,
Yeah, and then I think she has a kid with special needs.
That's
Yeah.
how I got to know them.
So her Rockville Center had a I think her son at one point, because I saw her at some back to school things or whatever. I think Rockville Center had a big community that had a bigger inclusion program that they ran, and I think I saw Joy up at stuff. And Joy and I have a mutual friend, this girl Teresa, and stuff like that. But yeah, Joy and I are high school friends.
And their son, the special needs one, is a tremendous baseball player.
Really?
Yeah, he goes up to bat. He wiggles the bat around like this. Like
when I played softball, I
you.
wiggled the bat. I wasn't that great, but I liked to wiggle the bat, or I used to step out of the box to scare people.
There's something about that.
The wiggle that intimidates people.
Yeah.
You think you're fucking badass.
Right.
And I played with red high cleats. I know.
Red high?
Like my cleats were red, and they were high top.
So yeah, that is bad.
And I pushed up my sleeve.
Ooh.
I sucked, but boy, did I come, and they were like, back up. And I was like, "You shouldn't."
And then you would point with the bat, right?
Yeah, no, I would like to the boy. Joy is a Elmont girl.
I did not know that.
Yes.
Pleasant surprise when I saw her on your
Joy's
list.
a doll.
All right, last name?
Go ahead. Tim Saliani. No, what do you got?
Brian Knox Patton.
Brian Knox Patton. Let's give a shout out to Brian Knox Patton, who is a phone company guy, CWA.
1104, baby.
11. Oh, they just moved the garage.
Oh, really? Well, where was he?
Moved. He was across from the Hells Angels.
Oh, in Hempstead? They moved Hempstead?
Yes, finally.
To where?
Near the CO, across from Home Depot.
Oh, on Hempstead Turnpike over there, which is a two-man area or a two-person area. Meaning, Meaning it's too dangerous for one person to be in there by themselves. Over there on Terrace Avenue, behind the CO.
Yes.
I was doing a job back there once. Started hearing gunshots. Oh. We didn't even say a word. We just immediately started packing our stuff and we hightailed it out of there.
He has done, I met a phone guy at an AA meeting, hence the AA. I'm talking a lot about AA, no surprise. And the guy said, I was telling him, like, oh, my husband's in a two-man area. And he goes, he's the golden retriever. That's what they call it, your trusty dog that you bring.
Yeah, true.
And my husband has worked a three-man area in Brooklyn. So the third man watches the truck and the tools.
That actually, I think, is the worst part.
Yeah, the truck and the tools. Wow. So he's done that in down Crown Heights and stuff.
Screw that. Take whatever you want. I'll just step aside. I'm not risking my life for these. My
husband
tools.
went almost because then the apartments were really. He's been in some sketch.
And
roaches
me too.
And
yes,
he has his share of because now he's all. He used to just drop the fiber but now fiber's everywhere until it goes to I know with Dolan there. I think he'll start. I'm not sure if he's part of that, but that may be potential. They're not in Southampton yet. So if because you need to get town approval, he may go back to outside, but now he's inside, and so he's really Floral Park, Elmont, Belrose. That's his thing. But now the garage is right. If that's the CO on Terrace, I think it's the next corner. That's where they moved to.
Wow.
Yeah, look at that.
I was in Hempstead for years. I loved it there. It's
literally 2 minutes from my house because I'm a Sohemper, and I'm right. He was so his 5-minute commute to work is now a 7-minute commute to work.
We were because it's such a shitty area. Nobody management didn't want to go there.
Yeah.
So we, and we did our job, but we also had fun down there too.
Yeah, no, I think there's some new. I think he's got a share of new young guys coming through trying to cut their teeth and be efficient as they move their way up. So he's struggling a little with.
Yeah. No thanks.
That's it. So there you go. That's your story, Brian Knox Patton. What else you need?
Vicky said that was it. That was my last name.
Oh,
actually, I had Mark Riccadonna down there too.
Mark Riccadonna, love. I told you when I did the show with Mark Riccadonna in the Sex Den.
Oh yes.
Yeah, in PA. Yeah.
Yes, you did tell me that.
Yeah, with the two-way mirror and
baby.
It was called the Velvet Whip.
That's a good name.
I know. That would be my podcast. me and Roach, the Wet Dogs, and the Velvet Whip.
And I'm sure Teddy's a part of that.
No, he doesn't love the. You know what? He's a sleeper on the podcast. He says he doesn't like talk, but when you get him in front of the mic, he opens up.
Yeah, well, or if you throw $100 at him.
Yeah, no, you don't even have to pay him. He can't avoid the mic. Love you, Teddy. See you tomorrow.
Let's see. And don't forget January 24th. You said.
Yeah, January 24th. Is it that Friday at Brokerage? It'll be on the calendar soon once I get the poster resolved.
This weekend at Governor's, let's see, here are some of the names you'll see on a Governor's stage. Jeff Garland, Paul Verzi, Hugh.
Paul Verzi. I love Paul Verzi.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Fuck, I'm not going to be here.
Hugh Murray.
Love him.
Joe Curry, Johnny Watson. Here on Sunday, I believe, in the main room is Allie Mills and Jeff Kober from General Hospital.
Oh, people love that General Hospital stuff. They love it.
You would think,
I know.
You would think George Carlin was back from the dead. The way this place packs out.
I know, and people are really, really still into this soap. So good for them.
And it's funny. I'm just realizing now. So yeah, Allie Mills and Jeff Kober from General Hospital. Allie Mills was the mother on the Wonder Years. That's who that is. Yeah.
And then she went to General Hospital.
Yes. Meanwhile,
I was just watching Blackie Parish this morning on Drew Barrymore. John Stamos.
Oh, he was on Drew?
That was his start on General Hospital.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
And Rick Springfield.
Yeah. So Allie Mills, and then at the film festival, Sunday is the father from the Wonder Years. So just hang out on Long Island if you're a Wonder Years fan. Dan Lauria.
Yes.
Yeah, he's going to be at the film festival Sunday morning at 10.
And when speaking of Jeff Garland, love his father from, come on, what's the show? Yes. My kids call me a smother for a year. Love that show for a long time.
Jeff Garland's great. I love him.
And Jeff Garland, Daddy
Curb.
Daycare.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about Daddy
And
Daycare.
Curb. Daddy Daycare is faboo.
Yep. Well,
Love
Curb,
Jeff Garland.
That's
Curb is right, top dog. I just watched the one with Funkhauser and Jerry Seinfeld and the liver.
Yes.
In the sink. Love you, dear, but your cunt's in the sink.
Bill Buckner.
Yes.
1986, the big play with the Mets.
Yep, Mookie Wilson.
Totally redeemed himself. Did you ever see his episode on Curb?
Phenom.
Totally redeemed himself.
Loved it.
When he catches the baby at the end. Oh, it's so funny.
So good.
So
And Buckner
funny.
also had a good thing with the minion on Seinfeld. So Buckner had a good.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yes.
He did a good job of
Yes.
redemption, Bill Buckner.
And please, speaking of which, can the Mets get a win, please?
I know.
They're killing me.
They can't go down 3-1.
And they can't lose this whole thing at Citi Field.
I know.
They can't. Just
They
please.
go on the road. So what is it now? 3-1? No, 2-1. No, 2-1.
No, 3-1.
Ooh, last
'Cause-
night they lost. No.
Yeah, they lost again last night. So yeah, it's 3-1. Yeah, they're facing elimination tonight. Yeah.
So that's like how the Red Sox came back from that, and so it could be done.
So the Mets, the
Gotta
Mets
believe.
now have to win 3 in a
Isn't
row
their thing,
against
gotta
LA.
believe is their thing,
You gotta
right?
believe, yeah.
And then RIP this year was the death of Ed Kranepool and Rusty Staub. Did they both die this year, or just
Rusty's
Ed
been gone
Kranepool?
for a few years. Bud Harrelson, I believe, might have been this year.
Yeah, as my grandfather used to, because he was my grandparents were big Met fans because they were Dodger fans, and then could never vote for the Yankees.
Right.
But they would call him Ed Cesspool and Rusty Slob. So there's my shout out win today for my grandpas. There you go.
nice.
That's how we'll end it.
And don't forget, November 2nd, Gov's Comedy Club Podcast presents Clash of the Boroughs, Staten Island and Astoria, Queens. Mike Paccetti and friends. Mike will be hosting. Greg Criticos, that piece of shit, he will be hosting.
Again, thank you, Greg, for supporting Gov's Club and bringing your comedy to Long Island.
Absolutely.
Tony Walker.
I'm joking. He knows I'm joking.
Yes.
Johnny McDonald, who we talked about before, he's on that show. Sean Kearns, Courtney Otera, and making his official comedy debut, a young man named Andrew Farella. They will be a part of that show.
And Greg is sober too. Greg is part of my sober community.
And so is Sean Kearns, actually. Do you know Sean?
I didn't know. We should have a
sober show.
Dave Attell is a big sober. There's a lot of us sober comics and stuff, so we should have a whole big thing.
Gov's Comedy Club Podcast also presents on December 13th, another guy we mentioned, Mark Riccadonna, the evil twins of comedy, Mark Riccadonna and Don Jameson. I am very excited about this show.
Riccadonna.
I love them both. And I don't know Don Jameson, but I'm a fan, so I'm looking forward to that. I don't know how we managed to pull that one off. And then a week later, December 21st, at McGuire's in Bohemia, come join Knockem Dead Comedy for a fun murder mystery show. Go to govs.com to see the full schedule and make reservations to some great shows.
And Govs has really been on fire. Did you see the article in Newsday last Sunday? It was
Last
great.
Sunday? No.
It was great. I sent it to Andrew. I left it for James. In part 2, they listed all the big comedy that's coming to Long Island,
wow.
and they would have Steve Martin, and then they would have Jeff Garland. So it was really
Nice.
good ads for Govs. So the club's been really bopping on the weekends. It's great. I love seeing it.
That
It's
Steve
just
Martin show, though, him and Martin Short, it was like $350 a ticket or
Was
something.
it?
Yeah. Actually,
I just started Only Murders in the Building with my mom. We don't want to start.
love
a new-
that show.
I
Love
just
that
started
show.
it.
It's great. The first season was the best. But it's
Okay,
still a
we
great
just
show.
started it.
I'll have to talk to Andy because I know he was going to that, to Steve Martin and Martin
Yeah, they
Short.
were
He was
at
going.
Tillis Center. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
He's a big Steve Martin guy. And then, of course, if you're in England in November, go see Elio, and he'll be Zooming in with us on November 21st.
My son's in England. No, my son's in Dublin. Sorry. Yeah, we'll end.
Close enough.
Close enough.
December 27th, the Westbury Music Fair, Face to Face, an Elton John, Billy Joel show. Go check that out with our friend David Clark, who was also probably coming in here before then to promote the show. Also, don't forget, Best of Long Island. Hershey and the Keegs are up for Best Podcast, so head on over there, Best of Long Island, and vote for them.
Yay, Long Island. Yay,
Absolutely.
Govs. Yay, the Long Island
Yay, Hershey
comedy
and the
scene.
Keegs.
Yes.
All
Yay,
right.
Hershey and the Keegs.
We're out. Always a pleasure.
Always a joy.
Laura's the best.
Oh, thank you guys. I needed this, so it makes
Good.
me happy.
Excellent. Have a great weekend. Don't forget tonight, Don at I believe it's at 8 o'clock. Dave Erba. Excuse me, Dave Erba. Do you know him?
No.
I've never. My apologies, Mr. Erba. I never heard of him either. But Don knows everybody. And
Where are they going to be?
they're doing right here on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast tonight at 8 o'clock. Don is interviewing David Erba. And then that's it until Monday. Coffee with the Dog at 9 a.m. on Monday. And then I'm on at 11 o'clock. And I don't think I have a guest as of yet, but I will work on that. All right, we're out. Everybody have a great weekend. What's the socials? Quick.
Laura Patton Comedy, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, subscribers, and I'm due to get more content. So just lay in wait. Just start adding names.
OnlyFans?
No, not OnlyFans. I'm on DookieFans.com.
Have a great weekend.
All right, take care, everyone. Thank you.